400 plus.
Okay, here we go. Recording is happening. And I'm not sure how to mute everybody. Hi, Robin.
Good news. I'm starting over at A tonight.
Me
Oh,
too.
it's exciting.
I did that earlier.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're going to start with A to Z commenting. So if you can remember, or if you're already there, you can go ahead and start your Blitz A to Z commenting. And then for others, I'm going to just walk through on how to begin this. So basically you go to your own Facebook page and you can, so you're on your feed, your news feed, right? And you can either just click on your little avatar at the top, your profile picture, and that takes you to your face. This does not look very good on this light. So then you see your Facebook page, and you can scroll down to your friends, maybe friends, and tap on it. And then Facebook takes you to all of your friends and they alphabetize it. So you're just going to go to your very first person, tap on it, and there's the Facebook, their profile, and you're just going to tap on their circle, and you're just going to click on the like button down at the bottom, and then you're going to make a quick comment. Great picture. So, and then once you get done, you can just exit out and just swipe your screen and go back. So, and then on to your next person, click on theirs, touch on the circle, click on the like button, the bottom, it turns it blue. And then you're going to comment whatever you want to say, great picture, hit done, and swipe back, exit out, and then swipe back and go on to your next one. So this is supposed to be really fast. The purpose of this is to touch as many people as you can in this short 15-20 minutes. So a good tip before 7, like at 5 till, try to get to your to whoever's name is that you're on, so that you're ready to start at 7 o'clock. So we usually 99% of the time start with A to Z commenting. So, and the purpose of this, we were on a call last night, and the purpose of this is to reach everybody on your Facebook friends list, and also just to build a little bit of trust between you and your Facebook friends. And to, let them in on a little bit of your life as they see your Facebook feed, and to build trust.
I'm going to add something. I didn't get permission. Ooh. Anyway, just kidding. The purpose, what I did want to say is causing our or having our side by side as our profile picture. There's a reason behind that. So once I'll show you once I get on here. I'm just going to create on. I'm going to hit great pick or whatever on here. I'm going to comment on this one. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can. It's kind of small. Nick, maybe you can show. But the point, it's hard for me to see on this iPad. Can you show your screen? But the reason we do that is when we comment. Try that.
Yeah.
See my little before side by side
Yes.
or before and
Yeah.
after?
Yeah.
The reason I do that is so, okay, then once they see that, once you comment, they, oh, wonder what they're up to. So that's one of the reasons we do that. So when we go through and comment and are touching these people's lives and are exchanging energy, if you will, they see what we're doing. They see that we're doing something. So they may go on to our Facebook profile and take a look and see what we're up to and see, what's this about? Or, and that's when they begin to see that we're helping other people transform their lives. We've transformed our lives and now we're assisting others. So I would encourage you to do that. Make your face-to-face or your profile picture, your side by side, your sugar shot, whatever, your face to face, whatever you have that would demonstrate that. We would encourage you to do that for that reason.
Yes, and also like we talked about before, that commenting on people on people's pictures that has a lot of people tagged in it, that's even more people that's going to see your little avatar.
Well, I'm a,
That's even more people that's going to see your little avatar before and after if they have more people tagged, because all those people that they tagged in that picture are going to see it too. And then they're going to click on your little profile picture. And that's how, before, like I personally, before I add somebody to my friends list, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to kind of like stalk, if you will, call it that, their Facebook page, so that I know if I want to be friends with them or not. Because if they're another health coach, then clearly I don't want to be friends with them. But if it's a person that might be of influence, or somebody that I want to be friends with, then I'll friend request them. But if not, and vice versa, if I get friend requests, I'm going to go in there and see what this person is like before I accept them. And by you having your before and after picture on your little avatar, then people are going to do the same thing. They're going to be like, oh, just like Rob said, who's this guy? And they're going to go to his Facebook page and they're going to scroll it to see what he's about. And that's the purpose of adding friends, and also accepting friend requests to reach out to more people that might be of sphere of influence to you, or might be somebody that you want to be friends with. And that's the purpose of commenting on everybody's page, and then also commenting on people's page that have the pictures that have a lot of people tagged in it. So
I said, ooh, look at that one. Jackpot.
right.
That's the entire middle school graduation picture from 2014. What? There's like 48 people tagged.
Right. And and you can look through those, like you can go to the others. So I just found one too, Renee. There was 18 people in this little birthday celebration. But and you can see who you're friends with. Like some of them are blocked. Like some of them, 3 of them don't have nothing beside these top 3. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's no option for me to add them. It either says add friends or blank or message. So the ones that say message is I'm already friends with. The ones that are blank, when you go onto their Facebook feed, it just says message. Like they don't allow people to friend request them. Like they're blocked I guess I could send them a message, but I'm not going to because I don't know them. Or I could, because their Facebook profile is two labs that look just like ours. So I could actually send these people a message, and I may, but be only because we have something in common. So so that just is another but they right now this person is not adding friends to their Facebook page. I can't add them, and for whatever reason, I'm sure they have the reason. I just don't know what it is. But their dogs are very beautiful, and then other people I can add. So we have something in common with things. People like this one person. We have three mutual friends. So so I feel comfortable um adding her. She lives around here. She doesn't live far from us. So I'm just going to click add friend. So this is also a great opportunity, A to Z, commenting on those people that have a lot of people tagged in their picture to add more friends. And the person that actually posted the picture, I trust. I work with them, so I feel confident that to add his friends to my Facebook page. The only thing is when you are commenting and going on those people to add, you don't want to get stuck scrolling through their Facebook feed while you're A to Z commenting. So I will say that because that just happened and I realized it was happening.
So what
So-
I would suggest when you see those situations, always have a piece of paper when you're doing your A to Z commenting. Maybe that's a heartless thing. Maybe you can jot that down and you want to go back and that person becomes part of your heartless for that day. And then you go back later. Like if we work on heartless during this, fine. If not, maybe if we work on if you want to do it after because what Nikki said is true. We can get lost in there. Like we can just go down these rabbit holes and 10 minutes later, we're still not A to Z commenting because we're chasing this friend, that friend, and the other friend. But just jot that person's name down. So you'll go back through your heart list and check that later. Just so that what we're trying to do is with intention, go through and touch as many lives as possible through the A to Z commenting. So I just wanted to touch on that.
So I'm not sure who just joined us, but okay. So we're just A to Z commenting. So if you need any help with that, you can come off mute and ask any questions you may have. But yeah, anybody that has any questions, feel free to take yourself off of mute and ask. So we can all learn from all the questions.
Hey, this is Allison. I can't figure out how to get my camera on, but I'm here.
Okay. So Allison, thank you for joining us. We are A to Z commenting. So I will show you, can you see us?
No.
Okay, so,
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you.
okay, perfect. So, so we're A to Z commenting. I will show you how to start that. So on your Facebook profile, you're going to go on your Facebook, you're going to go under your profile. So can you see my camera?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I'm just going to click on my little avatar and go to my Facebook profile. Okay. Then I'm going to scroll down till I find friends.
Uh-huh.
So right there, I'm going to click on friends. And Facebook is going to line them up for me, A to Z. I'm going to click on all. And it's going to alphabetize it, A to Z, right?
Right.
So you're just going to click on your first name. Okay, so this is my first name, AJ, I think. Yeah, AJ.
Nick, can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Allison, are you on your phone working?
I am.
Okay, because it only puts an alphabetical order on your phone through the app. That's the only thing I wanted to make sure before we got any
Yeah, I
further.
did that.
Okay. So so you're going to click on that profile picture. And then you're going to click the like button. Can you hear me, Allison? There. Are you there, Allison?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, sorry. So you're going to click on their little profile picture and it's going to come up. I'm going to click the like button so that I know I commented on it. And I'm just going to do a comment and I'm going to do what a great picture.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to send it. And then I'm going to hit done, exit out of his, and then swipe your camera back to your friends list and go to the next name. Click on it, click on his profile picture. I'm going to like it. And then I'm going to do make another comment. Okay. This is something that we do to touch everybody, all of our friends on our Facebook page. And then that gets us at the top of their news feed. Okay. So that more and more people see your posts and then you get to reach out to more and more people. And these are just quick comments. So all we're doing is commenting on their profile picture. Okay. Great picture. What a cutie. That I miss the ocean, whatever their profile picture is. I wish I was there. This is just really fast. So our goal is to get as many people to get through the alphabet as fast as possible. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, I actually did this earlier today.
Awesome.
Right, because I just watched the I think it was like a 50-minute video that Rob told me to watch. So I watched it. So all this is pretty fresh right now.
Okay, good. So that's where we're at. So we do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So when you get done after tonight, you will just you'll just, when you come back on the next day or on Wednesday, you'll, about 5 minutes before 7, we always do it from 7 to 8. You'll just get to the alphabet letter that you left off on. So take a little screenshot when you get done so you know where you end. Because
Right, I wrote it down. I wrote it down somewhere.
okay, perfect. So as you get more and more friends, it's going to take you longer and longer to get to that name as you get into the S's and the T's and stuff like that. So so just try to do that before we start, before you get on, whenever that
Right.
is when you get on. And we're going to stop about in a couple minutes and just take a quick break and just refresh a little bit. And then if anybody has any more questions while we're on break, we can answer those if possible. Okay. Okay, so it's 25 after. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. If anybody needs to go to the restroom or get something to drink, you can take that time now. If not, you can just keep on commenting. When we come back, we're going to we're going to call it scrub our timeline so that we can get answer anybody, we can go on our own timeline and then answer anybody that's commented on any of our posts.
Did you pause the recording?
I have not yet. Thank you. It's still working. Okay, recording. So to do this, you're just going to go back to your timeline, your personal timeline, by touching your avatar at the top. And then you're just going to scroll down to your last post. And you can do this, I mean, today, or yesterday's post if you didn't get them, and just whoever's commented on them, just thank them, or make a comment on, reply to their comment. And this is what we call scrubbing our timeline. So the first one that I have is it was 2 days ago. It's my granddaughter, and 2 people's commented on this one picture. So I'm just going to hit reply. And somebody said, "You have a beautiful memory." I'm going to reply and say, "For sure." It was our first pumpkin patch with her. So, and then somebody else commented, "So adorable." So I'm going to reply, "Thank you. She looks like her grandma." No, I'm not going to say that. But so Rob loves that. And then the next one again is the same, is so, and that's what scrubbing your timeline is just replying to those people that have commented on your Facebook page. Also, you could go about it as, thanking those people, and then like when you post your recipes or your before and afters, the people that's liked them, you could go on there. So like this before and after, I have some likes on there, so I'm just going to go see who liked them. and just see who's on there. And maybe I might, so I might recognize people that, names that I really don't know. So like this one, the second one is, her name's Shelly. So I'm going to go to Shelly's timeline and I'm going to comment on something of hers. Her first picture, is her, it looks like her son, and he is 16 today. So I'm going to say, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, because it was yesterday. On her son, on the post that she did.
May I chime in
Yes.
about that?
Yeah.
Just know that we usually, what Nikki's talking about is when we're scrubbing our timeline, we're not commenting on the cover photo or the profile picture. We save those for A to Z commenting. So when she speaks of that, she's talking about going to their first photo or something very, very recent at the very top of their news feed, because we're saving those other two for the A to Z commenting, so we can do it very intentional and quickly.
And again, they saw your post. So you want to build relationship with those people. They liked your post, your before and after, and you're building a relationship with them. So they saw your timeline, they saw your post, so they're already seeing you. And by you commenting on their Facebook page, you're just building a relationship with them of some kind. And so to build that trust. And that's our goal, is to build trust with people. Because as you all know, when you're doing health assessments, when people reach out to you, they're reaching out to you because they trust you. They're telling you stuff that is very, they're very vulnerable to, and that they probably wouldn't share with everybody. And that's our goal, is to build trust with them and to be open, to welcome them into our lives so that they welcome you into theirs. So, and that's by doing this Putney's Power Hours, it does very much benefit you and you getting into other people's lives. And then also just by hitting the like button or the like button before you comment, that is reminding you that you've already commented on that picture once before, so that you don't comment again on the same picture. So even though you may not have had a lot of comments on your before and after pictures, posts, your transformational posts, you might have several likes, and you can click on those and see who liked it. And of course, if you have the same people liking them that liked them all yesterday, then you don't necessarily need to go in and comment on something of theirs. They're already seeing your Facebook feed continuously. So it's the people that maybe that don't always comment. Sometimes it's hard to find something to comment on somebody's Facebook page, because this is just, it came in mind because this one person. So what I'm going to do, because I can't really comment on any of their posts because most of them, so they share a lot. It's not their own posts, it's shares, a lot of shares. So we kind of tend to, and Rob, you can talk about this more, about commenting on people's posts that they share. So instead of commenting on their share thing, because I prefer not to, I'm just going to go to their first picture and then comment on that.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, stay out of their newsfeed in general. Because especially if they're sharing stuff, we should just go to their photos real quick. Either go to photos, let's see, sorry, I was in the middle of one here. Okay, you can go to photos, upload, albums. So there's different. Let's see if I can show it. So at the top there, you can see. So you click on photos, there's uploads, and there's albums. So there's, I'd start with photos, but I would not get into their newsfeed, especially if all they do is share or it's all political because it's, I don't know, it's a slippery slope in my opinion. So.
So in that case, just go to their pictures and then comment on just their first photo or something.
Here's one, just like we were talking about earlier. Here's one. I'm going to go comment on her photo, but it's just a bunch of people in there, and it's the second one. So that's the one I'm going to go to and comment because they like one of my recipes.
So another thing, like Rob and I, we went and voted today. So we posted, took advantage. I posted, I said, took advantage of the early voting. I hope it gets counted. That was my post. And I had 35 people like my post. So Rob, you can speak on this too. Would you go through and comment on these or should we just comment on your before and afters in your recipes mostly with the likes?
Honestly, I feel like I tend to focus on the people that are interacting with me on my recipes and my side by sides. Now the family stuff is fun. Even the voting thing is fun if you don't have a lot of interaction on some of your other ones. But I tend to focus on that because I know those are the people that are looking for health. Those are the people that are looking for a healthier meal, or they're maybe they're striving for health themselves. And we have a lot of people that cook our recipes that aren't on plan. That's fine, but we're inspiring them to be healthier, and I like that. I want to gravitate toward those people because I think that's fun. I enjoy that. So and what I've been doing is also, if somebody shares my photo, my recipe, I'll go back through, find out who's sharing it because Facebook shows most of them, and I'll actually send them a private message and say, hey, let me know if you try this. Let me know what you think if you try it. And that puts me in their algorithms even more. Also, it's created more relationship with them because I think I had 3 or 4 just share mine that I posted a couple hours ago. They just shared it, and I just said, hey, let me know, if you share it, that tells me I think they might be considering making it, or they like it enough to share it, whatever. But the point is I'm creating more of a relationship by asking them to let me know what they think if they make it. So that's a lot of words I just said, but my point
Rob
is,
can cook it for dinner.
I helped tonight, right? Not really. Anyway, I tend to focus. I think it's more valuable in my opinion. That doesn't mean it's right, but to focus on the side by side, or the before and after, whatever you want to call it, and the recipes, because I feel like those are the people that are looking for healthier options, and that's what I tend to grab. That's where I tend to start when it comes to scrubbing my timeline. The other stuff's important. I just don't start there. That's all I got, Nick.
Okay, thank you. That is a really good idea though, to message them, thanks for sharing my recipe. you know, if you try it. That's just another way of building a relationship. And that's exactly, that's our goal, is to build relationships with people that we wouldn't be able to have contact with them without Facebook. So and this is how we build our business. So I am assuming that most people on here want to get help as many people as possible. And then, you know, your reason for doing this might be for helping people get healthy. And then with that comes a little bit of financial help. So and this is how we brand ourselves, whether it be this or you know, through Instagram, whatever you choose. I don't know much about Instagram, so sorry, I really can't help you that through that way. But Facebooking is how Rob and I, you know, just by branding ourselves on Facebook is how we got started. So, and that's why we do this, is building relationships with people through Facebook that we wouldn't see every day.
Also, keep in mind that these people that we're interacting with, that we're getting in their algorithms. I mean, we all know that, like, what we're trying to do is allow them to know what we do. We help people get healthy mind, healthy body, healthy finances. And all we're doing is we want them to see. And if what they're looking for, what we have, then of course we're going to share that with them. And that's all we do. So we're just letting them know by getting in their algorithms, by creating relationships, by, you know, that this is what we do. And if it's something, you know, maybe you could use in your life, please let us know. And that's really how we approach it. And that's why we add friends. And that's why because we know that we can touch more lives if more people, you know that we help others.
Okay, so we're gonna stop the scrubbing the timeline, and then we're just going to now we'll do our adding friends. So some good ways to add friends is just like we talked about, by, you know, those people maybe that you wrote down their name. Like I think Rob mentioned, you know, just write down when you see those big long those posts that people post with a lot of people in it. You could go back to their Facebook feed and find that picture, and then add friends through that, because you definitely have at least one mutual friend. Or you could go to your friends list. Again, go back to your friends list, and at the top right hand corner, there's a plus button. And Facebook will give you some options to add friends. Okay. So I suggest, you know, this is where you're going to click on that person. So my first person, we have 52 mutual friends. So we have a lot of friends in common. So I'm going to click on their profile picture, and I'm going to scroll their timeline. And this is what I'm talking about. Like this, when you friend request people, they're going to scroll your timeline. And are you going to be a person of influence to them? You know, when somebody looks at my timeline, they're going to say, oh, she has a lot of awesome recipes. You know, oh, you know, she must do something with help. All these people are losing weight. They look different, right? Or and they also will see that we're grandparents. And just by looking at my Facebook page, they, you know, Rob is tagged in a lot of my stuff. So they're going to know that I'm married, and then maybe they might look at Rob's also. But that's what they're going to be. So you want your timeline. What I'm getting at is, as you add friends, they're going to scroll your timeline. Are you going to be somebody that's influential to them? So are you going to be somebody that's attractive to them? Not necessarily looking attractive, but your timeline attractive. Does that make sense? So and that's what, and so people are going to see you. Okay. So you want to make sure that we don't have a lot of political stuff, on our, sharing some things every now and again is fine. And that's okay, but be a true person, let them know what you're passionate about, whether it be your grandkids, your own kids, your dogs, health, and that's what you want. So as you're posting, making posts on your timeline, you want to be, you want to be aware of that. As you're adding friends. And two, you just don't want to go super fast down there, add, because then Facebook will flag you. They'll flag you and they may put you in jail or give you a warning that you need to stop. They recognize that stuff. So you don't want to do just super fast going down through there and just add. So you definitely want to be cautious of that and not just add a bunch of people continuously really fast. And then two, as you look through your mutual friends, if they have other health coaches that and as their friends, you don't want to friend request them too, because they're already friends with other health coaches. So so you don't want to, and then you don't want to friend request other health coaches too. It's okay to friend request up and down, but you don't want to friend request side to side. So so keep that in mind.
So I'm going through right now doing this. And I clicked on one. I didn't add. I just wanted to see who our mutual friends were because we had quite a few. And the top two are health coaches. So clearly I'm not going to be friends with that person. I actually hit remove. So I took them off my suggested list.
I had, last week, I had one of my cousins questioning me why I friended one of their friends. How is it that I know them? And we had like 40 friends in common, but like, why would my cousin question? She asked me a messenger and I said, we have a lot of mutual friends and we're from the same hometown. And I made friends with her on Facebook and she's like, oh, okay. I just wondered. Like, I really didn't know who she was.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had that also happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you know her? It was like my boyfriend's daughter. I'm like, I don't know. We just have a bunch of mutual friends in common. Either I friend requested them or she friend requested me. I don't remember. I personally do not know her. That's just what I said. Oh, okay. So
yeah, yeah. It was a good answer. It's all she wanted to know, I guess.
yes, and that's another reason. Thank you, Karen. You remind me of this. That's another reason that we want our friends list to be private, so that other people can't see all of our friends. They can only see our mutual friends. So, so if you go to my Facebook page, you can't see all of my friends. You can only see the friends that we have in common. So keep that in mind too. That's why we hide, because you don't want somebody else going into your friends list and just adding all your friends. So, I mean, I don't know why anybody would do that.
I could speak to that. I guess there are some companies that encourage their people to do that. So that is why we're encouraged to hide our friends list, because there are some that encourage some online businesses that have their people do that. That's why.
Okay. Okay. So maybe other people, I mean, just for example, like nails. I can't think of the name, but you know, the nail thing. Um, so, they may encourage people to go on people that have a lot of friends. Maybe say you have 3,500 friends, they're going to go through your friends and they're just going to add all your friends and, to see their stuff. So that's the purpose of doing that. I don't know if they do that or not. I can't even think the name of the thing right now, but so that's a reason to hide your friends. And you can do that through the settings.
If you're not sure how to hide your friends list, like, we can get on. Does somebody know how to do it real quick?
Kathy.
Somebody that does how to show us how to hide your friends list. If somebody can do it real quick while we're on the call, that would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Hold on, bear with me. All right, so if you go to the hamburger, where you go to, where you find your name in order to go down to find your friends, that first screen that we go to, and you go down towards the bottom, you're gonna look for settings and privacy. And then you're gonna hit settings, privacy. Let's see if I can find it here.
Privacy settings.
Yep, privacy settings. See, Scott's got this. Then you go down through there.
Who can see your friends list?
Yeah, who can see your friends list? So you have three options. You can either do public, which of course we don't want. Friends, which are, I don't know how well you trust your friends. Friends except, which you probably don't want to do, or you can do specific friends. Since we team coach, I have mine as specific friends. So I have as only Scott can access my friends list. And that's just in case, I'm really loving on somebody, like extra loving, and I think I need the help of a male point of view. Then he'll go in and friend that person too. But yeah, you can actually just put only me. If you put only me, nobody can see it but you. Did that help?
Yes.
Okay, I see it now. I was
So
struggling there.
So what
It's a
Kathy's saying.
It's a big long paragraph. Who can see your friends list? And yeah, okay, I got you. I couldn't find it.
And Kathy's talking about Scott because they health coach together. Maybe sometimes seeing a man's Facebook page, if it's a man or the opposite sex of you, that may be that perspective. Because sometimes, men will reach out to me about plan, and if they are, somebody that's at a gym working out all the time, then I can't relate to that. So sometimes I'll have Rob from request them so they can see his Facebook page and what he looks like and what he does now. So and then sometimes I'll even have him on the health assessment with me because he can relate to them more than I can. But then other times it's like, no, it's fine. I mean, these people aren't working out, so I can do it by myself. So, but I just have mine private. I do not share my friends with Rob. And that's totally up to you.
Scott or Kathy, would you guys just go on my friends list? Just go and make sure my friends list, you can't see it, if you would, please. I just changed the setting. I want to make sure I did it right.
And then I don't remember if, did we leave off by adding friends?
We only got 3 minutes left.
Okay, yeah. So we need to stop adding friends. I'm sorry. I apologize. We got off track. So
Rob, I can see your mutual friends.
What's that?
You can see your mutual friends.
Okay, because I just changed it to Nikki. I was just playing. Before I had it only me, because Nikki and I, we can get into each other's profile. We can switch. But I like that idea that you guys do. So I just switched it to Nikki only, and I wanted to see if it worked. So it must have. Okay.
Okay, if you've ever been in Facebook jail too from friending people, which I accidentally have, and sometimes as new coaches they will. It's also like we just got like Optavia just sent us a new client, and Facebook has me locked down where I cannot search people, but Scott can. And if Scott can find them, then he can friend them, and then I can find him on his page, and I can still friend them. So it kind of works for me that way too, because I'm really bad about forgetting how many friends I friended today. And
wow. So did that? How long did they put you?
it was only about 2 weeks this time.
She'll let you know when she's officially out.
No, they let me out today. Now I just can't search. I can't search anything on Live right now for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, so did you get a warning?
No, they didn't say anything. They just locked me down.
And you feel like they locked you down because you were adding too many friends
Yep.
in one day.
I'm gonna buy her a striped jumper first.
I'm trying to count how many. Well, I finally found my yearbooks. So I've been trying to go through my yearbooks.
Okay, so that's just an example of why we don't do a lot of friend requests in a day or in a certain period of time. So thankfully Kathy and Scott health coach together, but if she didn't, then that's her business. So thankfully that she has Scott to do all her work for her for 2 weeks, but she's out of jail now, so she's good to go.
But the point is, it's just friending is going to cause that. Not so don't just go down there and friend everybody. That's why we suggest that. Like, know them, have have 5, 10, 15 people in common, not just going on there friend for 20. That will get, we'll throw a flag.
In Kathy's defense, she was just in her yearbook adding a lot of people.
In a very short period of time.
Yes.
Not just doing it is not going to get you put in jail, Facebook jail. I've had warnings, but I've never actually been put in jail. I just had to stop friend requesting personally.
Yeah, they didn't account. I just search anybody's name anymore. Like I couldn't find anybody. I could still go to the little plus sign under friends and I could still friend that way. But if I was looking for if I was trying to pull up Nikki Evans, all it would tell me is we have no record of this. We have no record of this. And it didn't matter what name I could have put in Bill Clinton and it would just say, we have no record of this.
So she was not totally put in jail. Like she could still get on her Facebook feed and she could still comment on people's stuff at all of that. She just couldn't go through and search any particular person.
Gotcha.
So, and what she's saying is as a health coach in Optavia, we will get leads. And what they mean by leads is somebody will just randomly go on optavia.com and they will fill out a health assessment through the website, and they will make them, Optavia makes you pick a health coach, and they will just randomly pick you through Optavia, and then Optavia will send you an email saying, hey, Sarah McKee would like to get more information about Optavia and what plan would work best for her. And then that's through your email. So you always need to make sure that you check your email. So and then you reach out to them either they send you their phone number and they send you their email address. So when Kathy's talking about going on Facebook, so one way of getting in contact with them is through maybe Facebook and Messenger. So she's going to go on Facebook and search Sarah, whatever, McKee, and try to find her in the town that she's from, because Optavia will tell you that. And or by just calling them or by texting them.
It's, it's great on it.
What's that?
Like 8:03 or something.
Yeah, okay, so, sorry, anyways, I'm sorry we ran over. I just want to explain to you, some people may or may not know what a lead means, and that's what we call them. That's the language that we use as a lead. So somebody that's that's interested in plan that Optavia has sent you, and those are just randomly done. So you may or may not get one. You may get one here and there, but that's what they mean. And these people just want to know more about plans. So you reach out to them and you do a health assessment on them. So, and see if they're ready to get on plan. So anyways, that's all we have. So, I will stop the recording and